Writing on the run is one of my favorite activities to use with students to give them instant feedback on their writing. So, what happens is I will go to my Google Classroom. However, you can go to whatever learning management system you use if you have Kami. So, here I am in my Google Classroom, and I am going to go ahead to go to classwork, create a Kami assignment. Once I'm in here, I am going to find in my Google Drive this assignment. So I might need to search a little bit for this activity. So right here it is, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up. I want it to make a copy for each of my students. And I'm going to complete this as I normally would. So now that I've filled this out, I'm going to go ahead and assign this to my students. And what's going to happen is I'm going to log into a student account, and I'm going to go to my Google Classroom. And on my student's account, they are going to find that assignment and open it up with Kami. Once they open it up, students are going to begin to work on the assignment. So, how Writing on the Run works is students have all of these different directions and tasks, and they complete one task at a time. So, right here, their first task is to break down the prompt. So, students are going to come in here, they're going to decide what type of essay they're going to be writing, they're going to pick out any key vocabulary from the prompt, any questions, purpose, length, and then their thesis. Students can use the comment tool. They can use a voice comment and talk about it if they need to. They can add videos as well, or they can just use that text box and start to type. And what I love about this activity is when I'm working with my students in the Google Classroom and I view their work, I go to student work and then I can click this option which says class view. When I click class view, I'm able to see my students' work side by side. So for this example, we're going to be able to see each of those students. So again, with Writing on the Run, as this is loading, students complete these tasks. And as they complete these tasks, they have to get checked by me. So over here, you can see that I can see my students side by side. So let's say, for example, this student has passed. I can come in here to the Add Media, and then I can scroll down to where I'm able to add a sticker. And I can maybe say, whenever you see this sticker on your board, it means you are good to go and you can go on to the next task. Students see that sticker immediately and they're able to go on to task number 2, where they're then going to create their graphic organizer and begin to think about which one they might use and how they might organize their information for their essay. And then again, I can come in and give them feedback as they are working in real time. And I can give them feedback by text comments, voice comments, video comments, or even a screen capture. If I needed to go to another tab to explain how to use a graphic organizer or how to create an outline, I'm able to do that and provide that for my students. I can also come in here and hit YouTube. So maybe I need a graphic organizer video and I know there's a really good one out there like this one. Let's say I copy this URL, come into Kami, it's ad free, and I can also trim the video. So the students just need to watch this portion of the video because that's where they're stuck. And I can give them that feedback, and students automatically receive that video on their screen. Once they watch it, I can either move it
And
around or I can delete that video for that student. As you'll see, this student did not get that video. Only this student, because that student needed it. So you're giving real time, impactful feedback that's personalized for each student. I can also come in here then and go back and give that student a sticker to say, okay, you've mastered that content. You're ready to go on to task 3. And so I'm able to, again, track my students' progress as they're working, and they can just keep working and working and working. Another thing that I could do is maybe, for example, this student doesn't need these sentence starters. I can come in here and I can fill. So right here where it says fill, I can fill that shape And these students right here does not get the sentence starters where this student might. And if they're struggling, I can come in and then I can just delete this from that student and it will appear on their screen. And again, it's real time. They're able to see this feedback immediately and right away. And I can use down here to grade my students. So I can say, okay, this student has done it, this student's done that, this student's done that. And I'm able to use this kind of as a checklist. And again, it's side by side, so I can see all my students working at the same time. I can also use filters where I can see which students have turned it in. Which ones is it currently assigned to that they have not turned it in because they haven't completed all the tasks. So this just allows me to really monitor my students. And if I leave a comment to them, the students are actually able to respond back to me. And they're able to talk right back and leave a comment, and I'm able to respond again or have them come back to my desk to get additional assistance. So, what a great way to give your students feedback, but also work on their writing. So, again, they complete different tasks and they can't move on until that task is complete.